Hello, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis I, Michael A. Grimm, aka the Multi-Voice. I have many voices, but one opinion. And right now, I have a good friend of mine from the UK, a dear friend of mine, which some people would say she's like my other half of the UK, the lovely and the one who couldn't keep herself together every time I say something funny, Miss Hope Merchant.
Hello.
Now, what we're going to be talking about, folks, is we're going to be talking about how the way Hollywood always been, making us, the DC fans, since we're both DC fans, how Hollywood always keeps screwing them up. And much of my surprise, I've watched half of the DC superhero movies, and Hope watched the other ones I haven't seen. So I thought it'd be best for Hope and I to be like the more like the Siskel and Ebert in this video, except we're not giving the thumbs up and thumbs down thing. We just going to talk about what we think about it and the actors and all. Is that okay with you, Hope?
Yeah, that's okay.
Now, the first movie we're going to start about. Have you ever saw the movie called The Watchmen?
No.
No. One thing I had to say that the movie itself, it was pretty dark, and it was very similar to the Alan Moore movie, even though Alan Moore himself, being a British writer and all, he decided not to have his name in the credits because he hated what they did with the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. But to my opinion, I would say that The Watchmen was pretty close to the comics, except without the slimy squid that everybody always keeps talking about. I mean, some people kept saying, they did Watchmen without the little slimy squid. But anyway, at least Hollywood did an okay job with Watchmen. Now let's talk about the one where Zack Snyder, I mean, even though Zack Snyder made Watchmen, he also made another DC movie that he had the rights for, and which is The Man of Steel. Hope, what is your thought about The Man of Steel and Henry Cavill and the whole premise?
That was okay. It was quite good. But probably give it about 10. Probably out of 10 because it was quite a good movie.
I mean, Henry Cavill did pretty good job, and it's not often that they have a British guy playing Superman who is all American.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem I do have that everybody did complain about, and I even see the point, it just wasn't right for Superman to kill Zod by snapping his neck while he was doing his laser eyes on a group of innocent people. I mean, Superman should have done something different, like blocking his heat vision with his hand and then punch him in the face or something like that. But I mean, it's being more reality based, and of course hinting a little Christianity, like it's like it's sending out a subliminal message saying that Superman is Jesus, which I say that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew that one of my favorite critics, a nostalgia critic, every time they show some symbolism in the movie, you hear him saying, "I am Jesus! I am Jesus!" I'm like, what the freaking hell? But let's get to the sort of spinoff that they made, is Batman v Superman. What is your thought on that movie, Hope?
Yeah, that was okay, and it was a bit shocking. I didn't know that Batman was going to be in it because it's a Superman and Batman movie. It was an okay movie.
To me, I thought it was pretty good, although they're sort of combining two of the comics, Dark Knight Return and also the Death of Superman. That's why there's
Mm-hmm.
Doomsday, Batman so hell-bent to fight Superman. But there is one problem. Ben Affleck playing Batman, I mean, the way how they written in the script, they made Batman not Batman, because Batman is supposed to be the ultimate detective. Instead of him being so hell bent on trying to kill Superman, he should have been more like, something's not right. There's something very suspicious is going on here. And even though, like I said, how I feel about Lex Luthor, that Lex Luthor in that movie is not Lex Luthor. I mean, he
No.
was just acting like a selfish rich kid who keeps pushing Jolly Ranchers in people's mouths.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's like, I'm Lex Luthor. I do what I want to. Have a Jolly Rancher. If that Lex Luthor comes towards me and you have a Jolly Rancher up in my mouth, I would punch him in the gut and tell him to shut the F up. But of course, we get to the next movie that pretty much introduced the character in that Batman v Superman, which, of course, the lovely and irreplaceable Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. What's your thought on
Yeah, it was okay. It was quite shocking because I didn't know that she was going to be the Wonder Woman in that movie.
To me, I already did the review of the movie, so I'm going to keep this short. I understood the idea of Wonder Woman being involved in World War One instead of World War II in the actual comics because Marvel already have a character who is in World War II, which was Captain America. So therefore, they didn't want to get this whole thing confused to most people. So therefore, they made Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman getting involved in World War One instead of World War II. And one thing I had to admit about Gal Gadot, she did a damn good job. And her being from Israel, one thing I know about the Israeli women, I mean, most Israeli women, they join the military, so they're the toughest women around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I met a girl who is from Israel, I would like to beg her to marry me. And one thing I've heard about the Israeli women, when they go out into the beach, they do wear hot bikinis, but they're still packing their automatic rifle over their shoulder. So they're hottie packing. But let's get to the one that a lot of people always said. One thing, the difference between Marvel and DC, that Marvel has superheroes people relate to. DC had villains that people can relate to because the villains go through the same problems and situations that we go through, but we don't become evil, and thank goodness we don't. And the one that involves villains is, of course, none other than the first Suicide Squad. What is your thought on that one?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oh, you never saw that one?
No.
Well, the one thing I can't stand is Jared freaking Leto. Every time I see his performance as the Joker, I mean, he makes Heath Ledger want to spin in his grave. And every time I see his performance, I just want to see that scene in American Psycho where Christian Bale killed Jared Leto in American Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see that clip, I'm imagining Batman killing the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
But Margot Robbie, she did an outstanding job playing Harley Quinn. And I got to say, for an actress from Down Under, she did an outstanding performance as Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before, I always thought that one actress who would be perfect to play Harley Quinn was, of course, the late, great Brittany Murphy, who sadly passed away. But she does done roles playing psychotic but beautiful women. I mean, she plays women who has mental issues, and I thought Brittany Murphy would have been perfect, but sadly she's gone, and God bless her.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's get to the one that James Gunn have done, The Suicide Squad. And one thing I had to say, excuse me. Thought I was going to sneeze. Anyway, I thought James Gunn did an outstanding job. What is your thought, Hope? I mean, have you ever saw the James Gunn version of Suicide Squad?
No.
Ah. Although I was kind of surprised where they had Sylvester Stallone playing King Shark. And And of course, the introduction of Peacemaker and how bitchy Amanda Waller is, because I really can't stand that woman.
No.
Okay, now let's get to the. Now, I'm not going to be talking about one of them. I'm going to be talking about both of the versions of it, the Justice League movie, both the Josh Whedon and, of course, the Zack Snyder cut. Now, Hope, have you seen both those different versions?
Depending on what movies they are.
Well, one thing I would say, the Josh Whedon one, they were more bright and colorful, but they were like too many cuts that left a lot of unanswered questions. While the Zack Snyder, it's kind of dark and dreary, but also, I mean, it was dark and dreary, but also it was like 3 hours long. But to my opinion, I thought the Zack Snyder cut was a lot better than the Josh Whedon one. I mean, Josh Whedon left too many cuts that just made me want to ask a lot of questions about it. At least Zack Snyder, he doesn't leave any questions. Every question would be answered.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the other one known as Aquaman. Now, you saw the Aquaman movie. What do you think about that one?
Saw it in the cinema, and then what I thought of it was really good. It was quite a good movie. It is similar to a Disney movie that I've watched, but yeah, it's really good.
Disney movie. I think you're referring to Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Disney and their live action remakes. When would they end? Actually, I think it had ended since Snow White. But I know that Disney probably gonna do something about it, make another one that this time will be better and stop pissing us off.
Yeah.
But of course, speaking of Wonder Woman, what do you have you ever seen the sequel? I mean, not Wonder. I mean, speaking of Aquaman, have you seen the sequel, The Lost Kingdom?
I can't remember if I have or not. But I've seen the trailer of it. I mean, it looks good.
I mean, Jason Momoa did an outstanding job, and sooner or later he'll be doing a better job on another character, which I'm going to mention pretty soon. But right now, let's focus on the Zack Snyder. And the only thing that kind of bothers me is why they always keep bringing back Amber Heard playing Mara, Aquaman's wife. I mean, after what she did to Johnny Depp, I mean, she doesn't deserve any more roles.
No.
And then let's get to the one of a superhero who started out as a little boy, but says a certain word, it turns him into a Superman-like superhero, but with magic, known as Shazam! Have you ever seen the Shazam movie?
Yeah.
What's your thought?
That was really good. And it was quite funny because every time like they was in trouble with something, he went in the air and just shouted out Shazam.
Now, sadly, I haven't seen it, and I always thought they would have cast John Cena playing him, but sadly, he's busy playing Peacemaker. But the actor who did Shazam did an outstanding job, that I would say. I mean, I've seen clips of it. And one thing I couldn't believe is they made the sequel, Fury of the Gods, where Wonder Woman makes a brief appearance. Have you seen the sequel, Fury of the Gods?
No.
But I'm sure that the sequel, I mean, a lot of people do say, I mean, why is it that every time when somebody makes a sequel of the movie, the sequel turn out as bad than the original? I mean, I hear a lot of people who always says that the original is better than the sequel, and then they do the third one that turns out to be a lot better.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get to one that's pretty much, we have Harley Quinn being the main focus, but also have a group of other women who are superheroes in a way. And the one I'm be talking about is none other than the Birds of Prey. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
No, you haven't?
No.
Well, I hear a lot of people say that people been screwing up some of the characters and didn't even get them right. And I knew that the bad guy called Black Skull, he's supposed to be the typical mobster, but wears a Black Skull mask.
Yeah.
And I mean, out of all the movies that Margot Robbie played Harley Quinn in, Birds of Prey was the worst decision they ever made.
Yeah.
And of course, one thing I should have mentioned along with the other one is, of course, the sequel of Wonder Woman 1984. What are your thoughts on that one? I mean, have you ever seen it?
Um, I've never heard of it, and I've not seen it.
Oh.
Mm.
I mean, I get why they said 1984, because they want the story to take place in 1984, which I thought it would be referencing that that communist story called 1984, a futuristic utopia kind of story. But that's besides the point. On this one, it's supposed to involve this guy who is Maxwell Lord, which I heard in the comics all the fans preferred Maxwell Lord as a good guy and not the bad guy. I mean, anybody who read the comic books with Maxwell Lord in it, Maxwell Lord was supposed to be a good guy who has the same powers and ability, just like Professor X. You know, he can read people's thoughts and he can control them, but he only uses his powers for good in helping the metahumans and the Justice League. But sadly, in the 2000s, they decided to make him into a bad guy, and now Hollywood is taking that premise and just keeping him as a bad guy. And it just makes me want to say, Maxwell, Lord Almighty, you should have stayed a good guy. But of course, in the movies, they screwed up his ability. I mean, in the Wonder Woman movie, they made him more like a rich product businessman who has the ability to grant people's wishes. And even Wonder Woman, who still mourns over Steve Trevor, all of a sudden turns one of the guys into Steve Trevor so she can reunite with him, but also she needs to put an end to Maxwell Lord's thing, and also turning Kristen Wiig into Cheetah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, with Wonder Woman aside, let's get to the one which I always thought should have been Shazam's arch nemesis, but they made him more like an anti-hero, played by The Rock Johnson. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, and I know he's cooking, Black Adam. Have you ever seen the movie Black Adam?
Yeah, I've seen that. It was an okay movie.
It was an okay, huh?
Yeah.
I tried to start watching it when it was available on Tubi until before they removed it, and I don't know. I mean, it was a bit much, and I should have stayed around to see the Justice Society involved because of Pierce Bronson as Dr. Fate, and of course Hawkman, Red Tornado. I mean, at least they had one movie where they put in the Justice Society, but still going on about, you know, making Black Adam be the anti-hero, where he doesn't want to save the world, but there's a bad guy that's creating havoc, so he has no choice but to do it, and also give Superman a cameo appearance, hinting that Superman will be dealing with Black Adam, which I thought would be stupid because he is Shazam's villain, not Superman.
No.
Jeez Louise. And then let's get to the movie that everybody had a huge problem with, The Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Flash movies?
I've seen one of them, and it was really good.
The problem is they should have recast the Flash, because I heard about the actor who played the Flash. He got into real trouble from beating up his fans, and he was a real unhinged celebrity. I mean, he just couldn't stay out of trouble, and I think they should have just recast him because the way he acts. I mean, hard to imagine how, if some of the fans spotted him and asked for his autograph, he'll probably do something stupid. And I knew that the Flash, they're taking some from the comics of Flashpoint Paradox, except they only focus more on the Flash and nothing else. No Aquaman, no Wonder Woman having war against each other. Batman turned out to be Thomas Wayne, and Superman being in a some sort of a top secret prison. This one, it's going to be Supergirl who is in the prison, and we have my childhood Batman of all time, Michael Keaton, as Batman.
Mhm.
And that's the only good thing that I like in that movie, because Michael Keaton has always been my childhood favorite of the Batman films, and I don't give a rat's ass about Val Kilmer or George Clooney. I always loved Michael Keaton,
Yep.
but that was the only good thing that I like. And one thing I hated at the end, I mean, I saw the ending of the movie, and it was a real spoiler that this time the Flash finally fixes the paradox and everything went back to normal. But one minor little hiccup: Bruce Wayne was George Clooney. Why George Clooney? Why not Christian Bale? I mean, for God's sakes, get the better actor. Damn it, Hollywood. Like I always said, quit pissing off the freaking fans. Oh, keep it together, Hope. But anyway, now another one I've heard that they did do the movie of is, of course, Blue Beetle. Have you ever seen the Blue Beetle movie, Hope?
Um, can't say I've not seen it. No.
Oh. I mean, one thing I've heard about it, that it was, I mean, it was, I mean, and it's not like the OG Blue Beetle, like the one from the old Golden Age eras, or even the Silver Age. This one is a modern Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle. And of course, I did mention Blue Beetle before on my public domain to Mockbusters, where I talked about the Scarab. So I was But anyway, that's pretty much it that I got on the Zack Snyder movies. Let's get to the ones that James Gunn had made so far. First, we have the animated series of The Creature Commando. Have you ever watched the series of The Creature Commander, Hope?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well, I have, and the only problem I do have is, of course, the way they made Frankenstein. I mean, they made him into like an obsessed stalker who is so obsessed over the bride that he always keeps following her and chasing her throughout centuries. And every time when he gets close to her, she always keeps on killing him.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've seen, I mean, they made Frankenstein act like a selfish child ever since. I mean, and one thing that really bothered me the most, that Frankenstein himself slept with the bride. I was like, what the freaking hell?
Mm.
I mean, what the hell, man? Seriously? Jeez. What were they thinking?
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm hearing that they're going to do a sequel and they're going to introduce some more characters, even though sadly it ain't any of the OG original characters of Creature Commando, which I mentioned before in my old videos.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish they should have done better. Now let's get to the one that I haven't seen, but I heard that you have seen, and that is that Superman movie.
Yeah. I mean,
What is your thought on the Superman movie?
that was quite a good movie. I really enjoyed that one. It was quite cute how you had Crypto the super dog. And it was quite interesting to watch. Mm-hmm.
Well said, Hope. And
Yes.
that's coming from somebody from the UK.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen clips of it, and they really did got Lex Luthor right. And every time he does his shit, he always pisses me off. Which that's good, because they did got Lex Luthor right a lot better than the one from Batman v Superman. Little
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
And of course, introducing other superheroes, which this is pretty good, because it's about time that they would stop doing solo superhero movies and trying to make it into a huge cinematic universe, like just like what Marvel did. And I had to tell you, it's not easy being a DC fan when some people don't do the characters right, or don't even do, like, big cinematic universe stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, one thing I have seen is, of course, the spin-off to the Suicide Squad that James Gunn made was, of course, Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've seen the first season and it was really, really good, but I did not like the way the second season went, where Rick Flag Senior is so hell bent on trying to kill him that he just made a deal with the devil, and the devil was Lex.
Yep.
And I mean, I was really starting to hate Rick Flag Senior with a huge passion.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it was kind of shocking that now they found a doorway to alternate universe, different dimensions, and turns out that Peacemaker ended up in a world, well, let's just say a universe where Adolf Hitler won World War II, so now we become the United States of fascism. So that was a big shocker.
Mm-hmm.
And now I reviewed this. I reviewed the comic book, but the movie's not out yet. And the one I'll be talking about is, of course, Supergirl. What's your thought on the whole Supergirl idea and everything?
The new one I've not seen yet, but the trailer looks really good. Looks like they've changed a few characters. We're not sure which ones.
Well, one thing I can tell that, I mean, they're sticking with the comic book and they have the same characters in the comics. It's just they added the new character, which was Lobo, since they have Jason Momoa starring in the movie.
Yep.
And of course, I'm hearing that they're going to do a second Superman movie, except this time it's going to involve Superman, Lex Luthor in his kryptonite suit, and of course, Supergirl and Lobo involved. So I don't know how the sequel is going to go on that one.
No.
But of course, one thing we need to wait for that that they're going to say that they're going to do. I mean, they're not made yet. They're going to do. I mean, some people are saying that they canceled the Waller series about Amanda Waller, which I say that's good riddance because I can't stand that bitch at all. So.
No.
Them making a TV series about her, I'll be so pissed to no end.
Mm-hmm.
But Lantern, in the other hand, now this one's going to be focusing on the Green Lantern, and I hope it's going to be space themed, just like in the animated series. I mean, I hope it's going to be space themed, just like the animated series.
Yeah.
And of course, having Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, I mean, the Green Lantern are like police officers in space, so it's going to be like a buddy space cop thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that I hope that they're going to stick with that. And then I heard that they're going to, I mean, another movie's coming up after Supergirl is, of course, Clayface, which this one's going to be more horror themed, evolving in Gotham. So I don't know how they're going to do it. And of course, somebody have taken the comic book of Superman versus the Authorities, but of course, not the Authorities, but the Elites, but have the Authorities involved. So the Authorities is going to be the group of superheroes who are judge, jury, and executioner. And Superman probably going to be dealing with them, telling them that killing bad guys is not a good thing. It doesn't make you any better than the criminals themselves.
No.
And like I mentioned before about the gay Superman and Batman, which is Apollo and Midnighter.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you guys want to read about a gay Superman and a gay Batman, look up the Authorities, or check out its spinoff, Apollo and well, their spinoff comic book series they've done where they're husband and going through their daily life being crime fighters and also being husband and husband. And of course, I've heard that they're going to do their Wonder Woman called Paradise Lost. So no Gal Gadot involved, which that's a bummer because still love Gal Gadot. So they're going to have a brand new Wonder Woman movie that involves the Amazonians. And of course, I've heard that some people are saying that James Gunn's going to make his own version of Batman called The Brave and the Bold, except they're saying they're going to make it stupid for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Batman, I mean, thank God that they didn't do a Batman solo movie from Zack Snyder and have Ben Affleck directing it, because that'll be a cold day in hell if they ever go along with that. But we always have our other Batman movies. I mean, Christopher Nolan in his Dark Knight trilogy. I mean, Christian Bale did an outstanding job, and Heath Ledger is a Joker. God bless his heart. And of course, another Batman I forgot to mention is, of course, the Robert Pattinson movie of Batman, which I thought it was an outstanding job that they've done. And I heard that they're going to do a sequel of it. And of course, I also heard about the spinoff Penguin I think this Irish actor Colin something who's playing the Penguin. I mean, it was really shocking to see him under makeup and prosthetics to make him look like a big, fat, perverted-looking slob. Since he's the Penguin, he's supposed to look like that.
Yeah.
But of course, another thing I was pretty surprised about is, of course, now you have seen the Joker, haven't you?
Yeah.
I thought it was sad and it was dark, but at least it had the exact. I mean, it was exactly like the way the Joker is supposed to be. And Joaquin Phoenix did an outstanding job as the Joker. What's your thought?
The Joker movie, I didn't really watch it because it was quite sad myself, I thought, so.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So basically, yeah.
But don't get us started on the sequel with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
That's why I stopped watching it.
Even you stopped watching it because of Lady Gaga, huh?
Yeah, that's another reason why.
What were they thinking?
Look, should have put Lady Gaga in it.
Yeah, I mean, they should have put Margot Robbie instead. At least she can make it better.
Yep. Worst character ever.
And of course, we also have Booster Gold, a superhero from the future who went into the past in order to become a famous superhero. So he only becomes a superhero because he wants to be famous.
Yep.
And using high-tech technology from the future. And of course, the horror version of Swamp Thing, which I am an old Swamp Thing fan. And they already did a horror-themed series, but this time they're going to start with a movie and then do a series afterwards. And I hope that turns out pretty well and make sure it lasts a little longer. So, did I leave anything out for you in your thoughts, Hope?
No. What's that?
You know, one thing I would have visioned if we were in a comic book, I do see myself as a superhero. And you, well, I don't want to see you as a sidekick. I would say a partner of justice. Imagine an American man and a British girl being crime-fighting superheroes. Come on, partner. Let's fight some crime. Anyway, this is my talk for today. And for any of you who enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe. And also, thanks a lot for Hope Merchant. If you want to see any of her videos, I would send you the link of her TikTok videos because this is her first time being on YouTube.
Yep.
But I'm sure that in the future you probably would try to make some YouTube videos and whatnot, or just stick with your Facebook, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, not Facebook, but I mean TikTok.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to say before I close up?
No. Okay.
Well, I'm the multi voice, and that's Hope Merchant. We remember it so we can jog your memory.